Hey, it's Lee, and I'm here with another frozen pizza review. Today's is going to be President's Choice Thin and Crispy Mozzarella Pizza. I actually bought a few of these. I don't always go to these other grocery stores, so when I see them, I buy a bunch. So this fits the cheese category. I was looking at the specs. It's a smaller pizza. It's pretty thin, 335 grams, so well under a pound. Excuse me, about 3/4 of a pound. The instructions are 8 to 10 minutes at 450, so it kind of tells you how thin a pizza is. And over here I saw something interesting. It says, whoops, up here, product of Germany. Because whenever I think of a delicious pizza, I think Germany. So that's kind of interesting. So I doubt anybody actually imports frozen pizza from Italy anyways, or I think most of the better pizza is probably made in America anyways. But yeah, this just looks like a straight up mozzarella pizza. It's got these little patches of green, so that's cool. Gonna toss it into, actually first I'm gonna take it out of the wrapper and show you what it looks like, and then I'm gonna toss it in the oven. I almost forgot how these reviews go. I'll be back in 1 second. Alright, so here is the pizza out of the wrapper, and it actually looks quite a bit different from on here, or maybe I just didn't pay attention. Yeah, I just didn't pay attention. I didn't notice that the large pieces of cheese were mozzarella. I believe they're mozzarella. So it says that there's Edam and mozzarella, so I'm guessing the shredded stuff is actually Edam, unless I'm completely mistaken. And then these things are a basil spinach pesto. The spinach throws me off a little bit. That almost counts as a vegetable, but I will let it go. Same with these tomato chunks. I just think this is a chunkier tomato sauce. That's what I'm going to treat it like so that I can actually do this review. Time to toss it into the oven. I will show it shortly cooked. So here's the pizza. It's looking pretty darn good. It's a little warped because of how it cooked. It's going to be crispy. And I will try to cut it without knocking over the camera. So I noticed that every time I cut this, it looks like I'm cutting really unevenly. But then you put it like this, and you realize I really am cutting it really unevenly. Actually, in most cases, I'm cutting it pretty close to perfect. This was just terrible. Alright, that cut super easily. I will have a piece, and I will be back with a review. Actually, maybe we should observe this first. So the large circles of cheese seem to have kind of embedded themselves with the rest of the stuff. Everything looks good. Very little crust, so good coverage. Smells really nice. And yeah, these little pockets of herbs have kind of melted and mixed in with the cheese, so yeah, I did some reviewing there. That was professional of me. Now I will eat. Alright. Well, I'm back with my unevenly cut pizza, and the good news is that the uneven cut allowed me to eat a smaller piece, so I could be back sooner, so that's kind of cool. You guys don't notice, but it matters to me. Not bad. Most cheese pizzas are kind of boring, and this one is no different. I like cheese pizza, but it's not exciting. Here's what's good. The crust is super crispy, and it would be pasty, but thankfully the pizza is so thin that the toppings make sure that there's kind of decent moisture level. So that's cool. Excuse me. The cheese, there's a good amount of it. You don't feel cheated on this. It's pretty decent, so can't complain about the cheese. I wish it was saltier. There's not much to, in terms of salt on this pizza, I'm sure there's salt content, but in terms of salt flavor, there isn't a ton. The sauce, as is the case with a lot of frozen pizzas, very, very mild, kind of boring. 90% of the flavor of this pizza, I'm actually pointing at it, but from away, is in that little bit of pesto. Excuse me. Yeah, you really taste the basil. Thankfully, you don't taste the spinach that much. I like spinach. I just don't like my pizza to be overpowered by it. And in this case, it's really a basil pesto, essentially. It's nice. If you didn't have the flavor from the pesto, this would be one of the most boring pizzas you could ever eat. But because of the pesto, it's pretty good. So there's no real deal breaker ingredients here. The sauce is probably the worst element just because it's really got nothing going on. There seems to be no herbs in it at all. It just feels like straight up tomato. But yeah, I can't really complain too much. I guess we'll pop out the old props if I can even get them in front of this thing here. So over here, we'll give it 5. And over here, I'll go, I should go with a bigger scale because I'm giving 7s and 8s to everything, but we'll go 7. If I could do it, I'd probably do like a 6.5. Whoa, I just gave the finger to the pizza. I should be careful with what I do here. It's probably closer to a 6.5 than it is a 7, but I'm going to round up. So yeah, that was President's Choice mozzarella, thin and crispy mozzarella pizza. Not bad at all. It's not expensive at all. I believe the deal was 2 for $6, so this is a $3 pizza. And, it's 3/4 of a pound, so it's not huge, but for $3, it's hard to get a better deal than that, so that's good. All right, thanks for watching.